Ain't gotta spend the time, it's free. No, it's gonna be a wild night. Let's go. Doors open, you don't need a key. Show you how to live the wild life. Let's see the bottom. Hey, let's hit the throttle. Oh my God, yeah, hands going up. Let's hit the dance floor again.
Wild like.
Hello, welcome to The Wild Review. I'm The Wild Reviewer, and today I'm going to review a thing. So far, 2016 has been a pretty good year, but if I had to give it a title, I would say 2016 is the year of ends. The year of the many ends. Specifically in television. Because a lot of things have ended so far for me. So far, I want to say there have been a good 4 to 5 shows that I was a big fan of that have now recently ended. We got Gravity Falls, which sadly ended somewhere in February. We have this web series Ed's World that ended around somewhere in April. Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared came to an end this past June. And if you follow with my Lab Rats videos, you'll know that Lab Rats ended in February. But I'm not exactly sure whether to consider it an end. I mean, it was definitely an end for the original run of Lab Rats, but they're continuing the story in a spin-off series, and we'll just say it ended. Those aren't all the shows that I have named that I watched that have ended. Maybe there's a show that you watch out there that has also ended and I just didn't mention. But I would definitely say it is the year for many things to come to an end. Not only have shows physically come to an end with ending the series this year, but there have also been recently a not large amount, but a very small amount of popular shows that have announced their final time on television. They're just leaving. It pains me to say it, but one of the best channels right now, and one of my favorite channels, Cartoon Network, has announced that 3 of its popular shows are coming to an end, which stinks. Alright, 2 out of the 3. The other one's not really that popular. A few weeks ago, we got word from Mark Hamill, who plays Skips on Regular Show and is also best known for playing Luke Skywalker, as he tweeted something out saying that Regular Show will be ending after its 8th season. And then, a few days later, I find out that the creators of The Amazing World of Gumball are stopping production on the show after Season 6, which means that Season 6 will be the last of the show. And this was announced early on. This was, I guess, somewhat announced way before Regular Show, maybe even after. I don't exactly know when it was, but I found out today that after the 5th season of Uncle Grandpa, that's it for Uncle Grandpa. There's no more after that. So now Regular Show, The Amazing World of Gumball, and Uncle Grandpa, 3 shows that I like, they're very popular, they're just coming to an end. There's no more. There ain't gonna be any more. There's no more Park Adventures or Amazing Adventures or weird. And it makes me sad because Cartoon Network has had a great line of cartoons recently. Not the best cartoons. I mean, there are a lot of shows that I kind of wish would get canceled, but they have a great line of cartoons, and I think the last time any show was really canceled or ended in any way was years, probably. I think Mad was the last show to actually end in my memory, because I can't recall any other show getting canceled. I just remember show getting put on the air and then put on the air, and seeing that these shows somewhat helped bring the network back up, it also makes me sad because I've found a love for these shows. But I've made a Cartoon Network review already, which there's a link in the description if you'd like to check that out, see my overall opinions on these shows that I will be talking about today. I basically just want to go over these 3 shows, and I want to have a little discussion about them because it upsets me that they're all ending. So because Regular Show was the first out of these 3 shows to announce its end, I think it's only fair I talk about that first. So Regular Show was one of those shows that premiered in 2010 that was definitely a big help to bring Cartoon Network back up to its state. It had a bunch of cartoons that were making it fail miserably. Regular show, Adventure Time, and even a show called Mad, which was like a children-friendly robot chicken show. And I got all these magazines from them. Look at Mad magazines, they're so popular, oh jeez. These 3 shows made me want to watch Cartoon Network again. And I mean, at the time I was already watching it because of a certain show that I'm also sad ended. But Regular Show was just one of those shows that was completely different. I thought it was something very similar to Adventure Time only because they had very similar characters. But over time I came to terms that no, that's not the reason. Regular Show and Adventure Time may be similar in a few ways, but they are completely different. I will admit though, Regular Show is one of the best shows on Cartoon Network, but there was a time where I did stop watching it, and that was actually recently. After they introduced the character Thomas, who revealed his name was Nikolai and then was kicked off the show, it went into some weird stages with Mordecai trying to find his true love, and it went through all these different topics of issues and plot stories, and I didn't really get into that, so most of this past season, season 7, I didn't really watch. Like, I found a few of the episodes, but I stopped watching the show really because I wasn't getting into what was the kind of stories that were being told. I really didn't care about, what was going on with this character and this. It got really bland to me. However, thanks to a very interesting season finale that season 7 had, I am very intrigued to see what the next season holds, seeing that I've seen trailers for it. It looks pretty cool, and now that I know it's the last season of the show, I think it's worth it to continue watching this show again. If you did not see the season finale of season 7, I will not spoil anything. If you don't know what season 8 is going to be about, because there is a little story plot to it, I won't say that either. I think it's important that you watch it on your own. I think it's definitely genius. It's taking Regular Show to a whole new level. In fact, no, I'm not going to say whole new world. That was Ninja Turtles. But I will say it is something epic that I will be watching in the next couple of weeks. And I think Regular Show deserves to end, honestly, because it's told as many stories as it can, and it's been a few years. It's been a good maybe 6 years. So I think it definitely deserves its time in the heavens of TV shows that have ended. Next up, I want to talk about The Amazing World of Gumball, and if I could be completely honest, I think it's one of the best shows on Cartoon Network. It's actually more funny than Regular Show, but it's just so creative. Okay, you have cartoon characters living in the real world. And it's not just 2D animated cartoons. You have 3D cartoons, you got puppets, you got weird looking animation, you got all these different types of animation, CGI and stuff. It's just amazing. This show is definitely funny, especially with the brand new episodes. Season 1 was somewhat bland. It was definitely funny in Season 1, but I felt like the animation styles were just bland. Some of the jokes were also a little bland, but then again, the show was still being born around Season 1. Why am I comparing cartoons to real life people? That's weird. Season 1 was still starting off and trying to find its place on television, and I've talked about Season 2 before in my original Cartoon Network review about the show. But I wasn't really a fan of Season 2, mostly because of the way Gumball was portrayed. In the new episodes, Gumball is actually very funny and happy and positive, but even though he gets angry and rude at some points, he's funny while doing it. In Season 2, Gumball gets angry or rude or just acts really disrespectful, and it's not funny at all. There's literally an episode in Season 2 where he makes fun of his own dad and makes him cry and hide in the shed. And all he keeps doing is making fun of his dad, and I'm just sitting there that's not comedy. This is not funny. Making fun of your father is not funny. But luckily, they've changed the personality of Gumball and the voice in Season 3, and they just made this character really lovable and funny. And I just think this show is amazing. It sticks to its title. It is an amazing show. One of my favorite episodes as of the moment is where the Wattersons find out that they have no more money left, and they start going bankrupt and literally lose everything, including their house. And they do something like what Chowder did in that episode where they took all the money from the money box. If anybody watched Chowder, the Chowder, Snitchell, and Mung, they took the money from the money box because Truffles was sick one day and just spent everything. And then they lost so much money that they lost the animation rights, and all you saw were like the voice actors. Gumball did something very similar to that, but very differently. They made the phrase, "without money, your whole world falls apart," which leads into everybody losing their color, the animation slowly decreasing. You eventually see like the layout of the cartoon, and then you just see like the characters on like the storyboards and the sticky notes, and that is funny. I'm more upset that this show is ending rather than regular show, because this show definitely knows how to make me laugh. Not saying regular show doesn't. Regular show is very entertaining, but the Amazing World of Gumball is a very funny show, and you know, luckily we have like one more season left. They are in season 5, and so far it's pretty good. I like what they've been doing with the character Rob, making him the main antagonist of the series. We just recently had a big episode where he was basically trying to destroy Gumball's world, and I kind of hope we see a little bit more of him, because I think he's a good villain. I think the show needs a villain. I think what I like most about the show is that they're starting to realize that they're in a show, which I always love. I love it when characters break the fourth wall, but I am very sad that this show will be ending. But it definitely is one of those shows that has brought Cartoon Network back up to its stakes and has somewhat made it number 1. And the last show that has announced that it will be ending is Uncle Grandpa. It's a funny show. I will say this about Uncle Grandpa. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's very weird. It is a very weird show, but it's cartoony weird, which is good. It's one of those shows that is so weird, it fits what a cartoon is supposed to be. I guess I can compare it to Looney Tunes in a way, but it's not that loony. Like, the characters don't hurt each other. I guess like the best way to put Uncle Grandpa, if you've never seen it before, is it's like one of those early morning shows that you'd watch on a Saturday morning, which is what they did earlier this year. They did Good Mornings with Uncle Grandpa, and they aired new episodes of Uncle Grandpa. Like, it's one of those old cheesy morning cartoons that you would watch with like the weird characters and all, and the weird main protagonist. You know, it's a weird show, and I'm not surprised that it's ending. It does make me laugh, though. A lot of the episodes make me laugh. Like, I like the episode where he realizes that a book from the library is overdue, so he time travels to warn himself that he's got to give this book back in rather than just go back in time and hand it in himself. It's weird comedy, which is good. You know, cartoons should not only just be funny, but weird. You know, and this doesn't apply to all cartoons. Not all cartoons need to be funny. Not all cartoons need to be weird. But it's a good element that defines a cartoon, and that's really all I got to say about Uncle Grandpa. Like I like the story that they're going with. There is a little story arc that they're doing with Uncle Grandpa's nemesis, Aunt Grandma, which is pretty cool. So that's really all I have to say about Uncle Grandpa. I guess I feel more sad about the Amazing World of Gumball ending and regular show ending rather than Uncle Grandpa ending. It's funny how feelings are. So that's what I think about these shows. I am very sad that they're ending. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that for a while. Each show has about like one more season to go. Regular show will be airing its last season in a few weeks, actually. Gumball's going up to season 6. We're on season 5 now, and Uncle Grandpa's on season 4. It's got one more season to go up to, and then they're both done. And then we just got Adventure Time, whenever that wants to come back. We got We Bare Bears. We got Clarence, whenever that wants to come back. Steven Universe. How did I forget Steven Universe? That's going nowhere, hopefully. You know, that better not go anywhere. I want to see that show. That's a good show. And that's I think that's all the good shows on Cartoon Network. Yeah. No other show that no other show I think should continue. I don't know why 2 other shows haven't been announced to be canceled yet. So that's what I think about these shows ending. I'm very sad about it. Now I want to hear what you guys think. Do you watch these cartoons and are you sad that they're ending? If you had a favorite show that ended this year, what was that favorite show of yours? Do you agree or disagree with anything I said in this video? Tell me in the comments and also leave me your suggestions for whatever movie, TV show, random thing you want me to talk about next. Thanks for watching The Wild View. I'm The Wild Viewer and you just saw me review a thing.